For race 2 for the New Zealand Formula Fords from Timaru, Andre Heimgartner off the pole alongside race 1 winner John Whelan. Matt Williams from 3, Stefan Webbling from 4. Row 3 start for Richard Vickers alongside his younger brother Tim Vickers. Andrew Vincent alongside Henry Thomas Kircher from row number 4. Row 5 start for Ralph Godwin and Christchurch's Chris Flock. Go back to Steve Heffernan and Brendan Leach. And completing the lineup, Tony Graham in the Reynard 85. Race 2 lining up for the New Zealand Formula Fords here at Timaru. And going into this race, the championship is now a tie between Stefan Webbling and Andre Heimgartner, with Matt Williams just 13 points out of the lead. Lights to go out. Whelan with a great start. Initially, I thought Heimgartner had got the advantage off the line mark.
He just got that initial jump, then for whatever reason the car bogged down, and then we just saw everybody take advantage. Matt Williams, a good run there into third place from the inside. But look, Jamie, everybody's through turn 1 and 2. We talked about this after race 1. The anticipation's there, something big's going to unfold. You can't help but think it's still accumulating. Great
start there from Richard Vickers. Started from the rear of the grid in race number 1 for the weekend, having changed an engine. And with the improvement of his lap time from race 1, moved up the grid as Heimgartner's going to try and go the long way around Whelan, down through 4. Whelan's got the inside line, couple off in the background, Ralph Godwin and Chris Flock. 2 drivers out of Christchurch, just going off at the same piece of track off the exit of John Jones.
That's the status quo from race 1, isn't it? These boys having a good old ding-dong battle here. I spoke to John Whelan's team afterwards, and they say that he spent 4 laps trying to figure out how to do the cutover at the end of turn 4. It worked for him in the end, but you can't help but think these guys would have learned from that. It's going to be a good old battle here.
Just caught sight there of the green number 8 of Stephen Heffernan from Invercargill. Here also this weekend in the New Zealand Formula Fords, so good lineup of 13 cars. So Whelan leads at the end of lap number 1. Heimgartner, Williams, Webbling, Vickers, Henry Thomas Kircher. There's Chris Flock in the 9. Just his second ever start in the New Zealand Formula Ford Championship on debut at Powerbuilt Tools Raceway in Christchurch. As again, Webbling's going to have a look, Heimgartner's going to have a look to the outside of Whelan.
Oh, big in the background.
Big accident in the background. Andrew Vincent.
Oh, goodness gracious me.
Andrew Vincent up and over. Steve Heffernan involved in the 8. That is a big accident.
Yeah, look, that fire, you see, that's just a flash fire. Nothing will come of that. Now, hopefully we're going to see both drivers extract themselves out.
Heffernan straight out offering assistance. Andrew Vincent upside down in the Hydrolink.
Yeah.
Van Diemen Stealth, he's out of the car. That is a big tumble off the end of the back straight. As the safety crew come, there is a fairly big fire there now, Mark, but that is a big accident.
Huge. You know, the anticipation was there, Jamie. You could just sense something was going to happen here, and unfortunately you were correct. The main thing is, we're looking at the picture, both guys are out of the car, rubbing his arm a bit, but the main thing is they're walking. That's, yeah, huge accident, huge.
Safety crew now just putting out the fire. Let's have a look at the Peak Antifreeze replay, just blocking wheels. That's halfway down the back straight at big speed. Vincent just clips the tyre wall and into the end, and up and over goes the Hydrolink Stealth.
Just got absorbed by the tyres, didn't it, and then spat it out the other side. My goodness.
That is just vicious. It's the former Kane Log car that's probably most famous for the fact of having one of the biggest ever crashes in Taupo. Andrew Vincent obviously not too happy about that, so a red flag for race 2 of the New Zealand Formula Fords from Timaru. We've got a restart for race 2 for the New Zealand Formula Fords, and here's the reason why. You can see what's left of Andrew Vincent's car. Heffernan and Vincent locking wheels halfway down the back straight. Vincent into the tyre wall, and up and over went the Hydrolink number 97. Heffernan straight up out of the car, going to render assistance for Vincent. It was a big tumble, Mark.
Yeah, well, you could see it unfolding. Unfortunately, Vincent, he was just the innocent party there, because Heffernan was just pulling out of the draft of the car in front and collected him, but it was just a big hit. But we can be very thankful for the safety innovations. Here we go, watch this. All the action's going to happen to the left of the screen. You know, probably 140, 150k one of these Formula Fords, and in he went. But we're saying all the safety innovations been brought in the last 3 or 4 years certainly helped those guys, so thankfully they both got out and walked away.
Yes, Hans device. That's probably the most important part of that. The neck restraint that attaches to the helmets in these race cars. So looking for a restart lined up behind the AMG Mercedes safety car. The lights are out. We're going to go back racing. Obviously without Heffernan and Vincent. So John Whelan leads them out of turn number 8 down to the line for the restart with Andre Heimgartner in second, Matt Williams, Stefan Webling, Richard and Tim Vickers completing the top 6. Lap 4 of 10 complete, Whelan. Now, just before that accident, Mark, we saw Heimgartner having another look around the outside of Whelan down through turn number 4, and obviously it was all happening behind them, but Heimgartner's got very, very good straight line speed.
Yeah, he's coming off turn 3. It's like a rocket. He's getting the slingshot there. Of course, he's going around the outside of Webling here. Never favoured, but, oh, gosh. We've just got that feeling again, Jamie.
Webling looking to the inside of Matt Williams. They were sort of fanned out 3 wide across the track.
Of course, Tim Vickers is in the battle, this battle as well. Now, Andre's got in front of him here, but we saw this from race 1. Webling is just prepared to Whelan's just prepared to stay back there, consolidate second place at this stage because he knows he's got the car speed for the second half of the race. The thing that's going to work against him right now, because of the red flag, the intervention of the race, he's 6 laps shorter than he needs to be. So I can't help but think this is just going to fall in Andre's hand. But if he keeps throwing the car around like that and burns up those red tyres, it's game on.
Big four-wheel drift through turn 7. Heimgartner leads at the end of lap number 5 from John Whelan. So Heimgartner looking for his 4th win in the championship, and we spoke about it briefly at the start of this race. The championship tied going into the second race of the weekend. Webling and Heimgartner, with Matt Williams just 13 points away from lead. The top 3 in the championship covered by just 13 points. It's incredibly close. Henry Thomas Kircher trying to get by Tim Vickers. Richard Vickers, the first of the Vickers team cars there, the yellow and white, number 65 and 5th. Heimgartner holds off Whelan, and like the first race of the weekend, Whelan just trying to figure out if he can get that crossover to work down through 4.
Yeah, he said it took him 4 laps in the first race to determine the exact point to turn left for the crossover. He finally worked it out, but look, they're all young, smart guys. They don't understand where the strengths and weaknesses are, and I doubt Andre's going to get caught out again. Andre
Heimgartner, just 16 years of age. He's done a solid job racing for the Motorsport Solutions team in the Super Lux Miguel. There's Tim Vickers going into the round, 4th in the points.
Now, Weblen's got a run on him here. That Andre Heimgartner cars, it's not comfortable coming out of the corner after the hairpin, which is the last corner that we see. You'll see it's got a little bit of 4-wheel drift going on, not conclusive for a fast run down into turn 1. Now, what has Whelan got here? He's going to go straight for the outside here. Maybe he might even look at the run down the inside. The draft pulled out a bit. And then as soon as you come out of that air of the draft, the car just stalls, unfortunately.
Yeah, he's got to be careful because Matt Williams is not too far away looking for an inside run. Whelan just drops back in behind Heimgartner. Andre's car looked very nervous under brakes into 1 as Webling's working on Williams.
Yeah, Andre Heimgartner's car in this part, it's not entirely comfortable. He's battling the car. You see a little bit off the apex there, and saying that, it's probably the third line coming out of the corner. Look, he's just battling. Every time you see it, Jamie, it seems that the rear of the car is stepping out.
So John Whelan all over the gearbox of Andre Heimgartner.
Interesting watching that footage just then. Here we go. Thomas Kircher off the track.
Yeah, Henry Thomas Kircher was in the 7th position as we complete 7 laps.
Now, I think Andre Heimgartner's car has actually come on song now. I was looking at the last time coming out of the hairpin. It was very comfortable going the left-hander. The car wasn't stepping out. It looks nice and comfortable. Maybe the tyre pressures have come up to where it's complementing his driving style. So John Whelan, unfortunately, he might have left his run maybe 1 or 2 laps too late here.
Well, Heimgartner was 0.3 of a second quicker on that last lap. Fastest lap of the race is actually Matt Williams at a 1:05.937. Whelan still right there with Heimgartner, and that car just looks to be a little bit better balanced as Webling can't find a way around Williams, and they've just dropped each other off a little bit. It's about 3 car lengths up to the leaders. Richard Vickers still heading Tim Vickers in 5th and 6th. 7th is Ralph Godwin. 8th, young Brendan Leach, who's looking for a much better return this weekend, had gearbox issues, broke the gearbox lever off in Teretonga in the previous round. So
certainly not ideal, is it?
No, a little bit hard to change gear. So, but Brendan's up into the 8th position. Christian Flock, Henry Thomas Kircher with that off, and Tony Graham in the 85 Reynard. Heimgartner, as you said, Mark, just looks to be a little bit better down this end of the racetrack in the last couple of laps. Stefan Webling trying to size up Matt Williams. So Heimgartner looking to take advantage, and the overall points lead in the championship.
John Whelan just comes on strength in this particular part, but of course he's got to go around the outside. and he is running out of laps. Now, what's he going to do here? At this point, he wants to back out of it. Look for him to go hard left down the inside.
Here's the crossover. Has he got an inside run? He hasn't got the momentum. Webbling dropped the wheel off just in behind Matt Williams. They start closing up again.
He's certainly making his intentions known, and of course, these two guys battling, like you just said, has allowed Matt Williams and Webbling just to get right on the battle. So all of a sudden, a two-car battle, 1 lap to go. He's got to run down the inside. He's got him.
Whelan down the inside. Heimgartner's trying to live there on the outside. If he can stay there, he's got the inside line to the next corner. Great driving.
I cannot emphasise how much skill Andre Heimgartner's got, because he just stuck his car in. Whelan was on the inside of the third line. He backed himself, went around the outside. Advantage back to Andre.
Yeah, Heimgartner covering that inside line down into 1. Just a couple to go here. Whelan filling Heimgartner's mirrors. 16 years of age, and he comes up with a pass like that.
Right, now what have these boys got for the end of the back straight? We've seen it time and time again. Now, is Whelan going to do the crossover? He's in the draft. He's going to pull out now. He's got to be very careful what happens behind, because these guys will just be a freight train through. I think Williams is going to stick his nose in there.
Not quite, no. Not quite. Whelan trying the crossover again, but Heimgartner was parked right in the middle of turn 4. Heimgartner will be aware. Oh, look at the nose cone. That's the nose cone off John Whelan's Cartridge World car. Was there contact, or is it just come adrift?
Oh, I'd say he probably gave Andre a little bit of a kiss there, because it takes a bit to remove those nose clips. That will actually hurt this car in a straight line. Down the back straight, it's only kind of part we're going to see it around here. Look, no problem whatsoever, but once the air, it's not going to be very slick through the air.
Here's the peak antifreeze replay.
Had a good, oh no, sorry. 100%
he was
right,
close.
Jamie.
He was close, but
not
no
close enough to dislodge it, so.
So the last lap board out. Heimgartner, can he hold on? Whelan's going to be a little bit vulnerable, I think, in a straight line. He did go and prove us all wrong and motor by him on the outside of the main straight.
We're not going to see the influence right here, but the minute he pulls out of the clean air, which is right now, bang.
Just hit a brick wall. Williams towing Webbling with him. The two Vickers boys not quite close enough to work together to get towards the front. Whelan lives there. He's able to live there in second, but certainly didn't have the straight line speed we saw on the last lap.
Now, of course, that nose clip, the removal will not affect this car at any part around this part of the track, so he's still strong. He's got 1 corner to go. That's coming into the F-in, which is this next corner. He's got to run down the inside.
That's where he had a look at a couple of laps ago. Heimgartner just drove back around him. He's not going to get caught out again.
Right, Andre comes across to defend. 1 corner, unless something significant happens to Andre here.
Oh, sideways off 7. Heimgartner looking for win number 4 and the championship lead after the second race. Heimgartner's going to win it. Fantastic racing. What drama we've seen in this one. John Whelan in second, Matt Williams in third. We have a new championship leader in the New Zealand Formula 4 Championship. 16-year-old Andre Heimgartner in the Superlux number 5 Miguel. Entertaining racing. Fantastic racing. So Heimgartner with the victory from John Whelan, Matt Williams in third, followed by Stefan Webbling, Richard Vickers and Tim Vickers to complete the top 6.
Andrew, mate, I've seen some pretty big hits in my time, but that's right up there. It was seen to be a case of wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, it's a bit frustrating, you know. We kind of got a bad start and got boxed out in the first corner, and that led me to be back there, and then just kind of was going along the back straight, and then next minute, you know, we're heading towards the wall, and then over upside down in the grass, which wasn't too good, and it happened so quick, you know, so don't really know really what the other guy was doing or what really happened on his side, you know, but I guess that's racing, that's what happens.
Mate, we saw the results. How's the body and everything?
Yeah, the body seems to be all right. A few bruises and kind of sore elbows and sore knees from just hitting the cage and inside the car, because there's not a lot of room in there. So I let go of the wheel, so my wrists weren't really too bad when I hit the wall. But yeah, the body's not too bad. I'm sure I'll be feeling it tomorrow though.
Andre, very rarely am I ever lost for words, mate, but this Formula Ford racing is just incredible. Congratulations.
Oh yeah, thanks. I'd just like to say thanks to my sponsors, Superlux, New Balance and Harmony Homes, and to John Whelan for the great racing, and he really made me work for it.
Yeah, mate, looks like the boys never gave you a chance to take a breath.
Yeah, they were all over me the whole race, and it was a really good race.